Yeah, new LEGO Star Wars may not be it, but it's really making me appreciate last summer's wave. Cause man, the 75435 Battle of Felucia Separatist MTT is a really solid set. I mean, not only do we finally get the MTT in Separatist Blue, but the 11 years worth of part upgrades really makes this set look spot on. But even so, there's a few things that we need to fix. No, I can't mod that. Hello everyone, I'm Minifigure1210, and welcome to the latest edition of 5 Easy Mods. And today I'm going to show you how to upgrade the droid rack, add some more usable storage, and even give the droids some much needed upgrades to really make this the MTT you've always wanted. But first, let's fix up the obvious.
In the arena tonight for the worst LEGO Star Wars feature, in one corner we have printed wastegapes, and in the other we have stud shooter. Who will win this epic battle of titanic proportions? Fight!
Seriously though, stud shooters and printed wastegapes in a $160 set is pretty disappointing. But as always, a pair of easy mods is going to fix this right up. Start by removing this 1x2 slope here, followed by the shooter itself. Then, in the open space, add two 1x2 dark bluish gray plates on top of each other like this, followed by a 1x2 slope. Repeat this on the other side, and that'll clean up the shooter section pretty nicely. As for the wastegapes, you can always use an official piece or even get a custom one, but those can get expensive fast, and LEGO doesn't even make an accurate tan colored one. So what I recommend doing is using this diagram here and making some of your own out of construction paper with electrical tape on the back. Not only is this method really cheap, but the electrical tape also makes the wastecape durable enough to survive any play, display, or even stop motion animation that you want to throw its way. But now that we've fixed these small annoyances, let's get to the real heart of this set. Look, when I think of an MTT, I think of a big tank with hundreds of droids in it, not a Star Wars VW bus with 6 guys, which is pretty much what we have here. On top of that, the Technic construction here doesn't even really look that good either, barely even matching the movie. Even worse, the droid rack also robs us of a back interior, leaving just these 2 narrow strips for us to put anything on and really just hope it doesn't jam up the track. But as always, a few easy mods are going to be able to take care of this.
This is where the fun begins.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Start by removing this 1x2 rounded tile from the back of the mechanism, followed by this Technic lift arm piece, the front cannons, and finally this chain connection here. Once you do this, slide out the entire droid rack build and we'll start modding. First, take off the Technic axle section from the main area until it looks like this. Then, take off the two 2x4 tiles on either side of the build so we can take it further apart. Let's start with the bottom. Remove the 2 bracket pieces, the studs, and the Technic parts, this 1x4 plate and the 2x4 black plate from the build. Then remove this 1x2 axle brick here before adding a 2x2 plate on the bottom here. Then replace the 1x4 light bluish gray plate, followed by 2 1x4 dark bluish gray plates here. Afterwards, reattach the bracket pieces along with the 2x4 tiles. Once you've done this, connect a 2x8 plate here with just 2 studs, followed by a 2x4 plate holding it in place. Then add 2 corner bricks onto the bottom here, followed by a 1x4 brick and a 1x2 brick here. Then add a 1x4 plate here, followed with a 2x8 plate here. On the bottom, add a 2x2 inverted tile here, followed by 2 1x3 inverted tiles here and here. These will make the mechanism glide smoothly without it getting stuck on this point here. On the front of the 2x8 plate, add a 2x2 plate here, followed by an inverted bracket plate, and then an inverted slope here. Once you've done that, go back up to the top of the model and remove the 2x8 tiles here, and then place a 1x2 plate here. Now, place a 2x6 plate here, followed by a 1x2 bracket. You can then retile off the top. Off to the side, take another 2x8 plate and add some decorative greebles onto it as you see fit. Personally, I use 2 grill pieces, a 2x2 jumper tile, and a dish piece to give it a nice technical look. Then, take this build and attach it to the bracket pieces like so, securing the whole build in place. You can then load it up with battle droids, slide the rack back into the track, reattach the 1x2 rounded tile, the front cannons, the Technic lift arm, and the chain connection, and you can finish off the mod. With that, the MTT can now hold up to 12 battle droids and looks much more like the in-universe counterpart than the original model did. As for the back of the MTT, it's gonna be pretty simple. First, add 2 1x8 bricks onto the side like this, followed by a 4x8 plate on top. Not only will this plate be elevated enough not to interfere with the main mechanism, but now you have this 4x8 space to do really whatever you want with. Anything from extra figures to even just storing the staff. But now that the MTT is worthy of its name, let's make the droids worthy of theirs. Now don't get me wrong, I like the inclusion of the commando droids after 10 years, but the all silver design makes them look a little too much like Super Battle droids, even if it's technically accurate. An easy fix to this is just to replace the arms with the equivalent in dark brown, which makes the droids look more unique and stick out on a display. As for the regular B1s, the inclusion of a pilot droid is nice, but man has it been a while since we've gotten a commander droid to lead our armies with. Now the best, purest way I've found to fix this is to use a 1x2 plate in yellow with a black lever on the back, along with a walkie-talkie piece. This may not be the most accurate to commander droids in the films, but it does a job with very few parts and looks like something you'd see out of the complete saga. Of course, if these options aren't it for you, I've included the actual figures in the parts list as well, which you can always find in the description down below. With all the mods in place, here's the new MTT. Not only does it deploy a decent sized army of droids, but it's also much cleaner, has more usable space, and way better minifigures to boot. This really is the centerpiece to any separatist droid army. With that, I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for future content coming soon. And until next time, keep on building.